Yo, um.
Indeed, indeed. All righty. Yes, let me hit okay there. Okay, peace and greetings to y'all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey here in Morocco in Northwestern Mexico. How are you? All righty, guys. First of all, welcome to our AstroCivics Sunday. This is number 66. And we're here for our Holy Koran Devotional countdown. And we're at chapter 8 now, guys. Looky, Astro, as promised when we got started 40 chapters ago, right? Well, hold on, let me think about that. Yeah, that was 40 chapters ago, right? Which was 40 strongs ago. You know, we don't say weeks, right? 40 strongs ago. And we were saying, yeah, we'll be complete with this Holy Quran devotional countdown. You know, so it's going to take 48 Sundays to do it. So we projected to be complete by March 2024. And we're at 8 now, right? And then I guess, you know, eventually I'll go into editing and making playlists of all the same type of different videos that we've done. We just completed on Friday, Clock of Destiny Book 1, right, Brother Sean?
Mm-hmm.
And uh, 2 of the Moors had commented. I saw comments just after the live. These were post live comments, and they were like, "Go in the Clock of Destiny Book 2." And it's like, okay, so we'll probably be doing that. However, I'll admit, I and Brother Sean are really focused on more of doing how. And what do you mean by how? Well, we mean doing, because there's a lot of what that's been discussed since 2 years before I was born, right? With Moore's Order Round Table, right? Brother Taj does a lot of saying what needs to be done, especially every first and third Friday, right? At House of Reawakening Minds. And I mean, I guess I'm just opening myself up for correction, or if people want to express their disgust with what I'm about to say. I think it's time for demonstration, like more how, right? And that's what I and Brother Sean are thoroughly focused on. This is why we've been inviting people to lawful living. We know we're Moorish Americans, inviting people to a platform that's not Moorish American. Why then am I inviting people to go to lawful living? Because I hope it facilitates the proper thinking to see that those of us that have what we have from Prophet Noble Drali, we can begin to exercise the jurisprudence in our thinking in a certain consistency that will begin to do these things. Like we were talking about, Sean, I was telling you about when I told you my mother took me to Artscape, and I'm pretty sure every hood has art exposition. It's called different things. Near the Baltimore Corporation is called Artscape, right? And at Artscape, I remember my mother, you know, we was watching people make pottery, and I was so amazed. I had to been about 6 years old, so this is like 1990. Maybe even if maybe I was could have been about to turn or 7 or just turned 7, so it might be 1991. But it's about 1990, 1991, and I'm watching these people make this pottery, and I remember asking my mother to get me some clay. And I think we went to the Rite Aid, and she found me some clay, got me some clay because they were selling clay for children at Rite Aid. And went home, and I think in under 24 hours, matter of fact, I think the next day I woke up, I had made some cups, a plate, and a bowl for my mother, right? And I will never forget, she was amazed. She was like, how did you learn how to do that? I was like, from watching the people, you know, make the pots and cups yesterday. And she's like, you just watch them one time and you can see how to make, you know, do the do the cups and the bowls and the plates. And she was really amazing. I actually held on to it for quite some time until it started just like breaking apart. Because it's not like I, you know, glazed it, put it in the kiln to, you know, I mean, cure it and things of that nature. But she was thoroughly amazed that all it took for me was to watch someone demonstrate making pottery one time in front of my face. and then I went to make my own pottery, right? And I am thinking that, and this is what I'm even saying, like, I'm going to reach out to Dr. G and see, can we get a Friday? You know what I mean? Because I think it's, why isn't there a Friday or two with, you know, us conversing with Brother Taj and bringing more of a facilitation of inspiring to do how, right? Then show the demonstration. Like, I didn't listen to a pottery lecture every first and third Friday. I watched someone make pottery one time in my face, and I knew what to do because I saw a demonstration. These people weren't talking; they just hitting the pedal and the wheel spinning. It wasn't like they were like, "Well, see, what you got to do is you got to have clay, and then you got to make sure you have a turntable connected to a pedal that you can spin with your foot," and just being talked about every first and third Friday. Again, I'm not being disrespectful, and I trust people are, you know, get out of their lower self and think that I'm, you know, being disrespectful when what I'm really doing is illustrating. You know what I'm saying? Would you see something in the comments, bro, that I'm missing?
Nah, I mean, actually, I don't know.
Oh, okay, I thought I was about to say. I'm about to say, hold on, right? So, peace of greetings to Mother Sahar, Brother Tyrell, Brother Derek Blash Bay, Brother Maurice, Mother Janelle. Peace of greetings to you all, right? So I just opened the chat just to see. And I'm not being rude or mean. I just think it's a time where we got to go, okay, we've been listening for about 41 years now. Now, granted, I didn't manifest till 84. So, you know, if Moor's Order Round Table started in 82, and then Prophet Noble Drew Ali was saying this back in 1920s, where is the disconnect happening? Where we do not know what we have and how to move on it so that we can secure what we need for ourselves without the headache of thinking that we need to exchange our time and energy to get some finances when there are alleged trustees put in order. However, if this thing has already been dissolved, then why are people still, you know, what is it that we can do to stop people from being accosted on the side of the road, ran off the side of the road as if they have contracted to do trade or business, which is performing functions of public office at the pleasure of the governor for tax purposes, and still being charged with what they're calling a crime because traffic is crime? Why is all this happening? And if people aren't to dance around with these people, then what demonstration can be shown what needs to be done? This isn't just for, I'm not just thinking about me. I'm thinking about a people that, you know, if I observe these, there's a bunch of, oh, thank you so much for sharing the information. What I'm not saying is, yeah, because I did this according to what was, that's not what was said, is not bringing about really any results unless it's those of us that really dig further and do our own studies. I mean, hey, it's 80 of you guys in the chat now. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm really not being rude or mean. That is not my intention. But when is people going to stop playing the if how long are you going to let the hypnosis of, oh, I don't want to say that because it might disrespect my elders? What? Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think it's
This,
no
go ahead.
disrespect. But and you know, shout out to Brother Tosh. He has definitely shared a lot of, you know, information that's been valuable.
Yes.
We are, it's how do we now enforce these things that we know to be true. Like we know they're dissolved and you know what other terminology, but things are still happening regardless of that dissolution. So it's like now, how do we get these things enforced against these bands? You know, along with our unity, but even for those who only want to be just, you know, I gave you everything it takes to save a nation. I go and save yourselves. How do we take this nation and save ourselves with
Mm-hmm.
the mindset of helping everyone else? And so yeah, I think it's, time for that next level, that next gear of whatever needs to be done, whether it needs to be, multiple demonstrations, or, we taking the lectures and actually showing the people how to enforce, or like I said, the concept correction so people can be clear in their mind first, so they're not just saying stuff, throwing shit at the wall, hoping it's, or the paperwork is going to save them if they're not even clear in their mind. These things need to be done. And, yeah, it's just time for that next level. And I'm pretty sure we all know the energy that is riding and coming through. So it's like, what's the next step? What's the next level?
Mm-hmm. Mother Janelle Blashout says, agree. If it has been dissolved, then why are people still, I mean,
Getting kicked out, you know what I'm saying? Getting made homeless, ran off the
yeah,
road, having to enter fraudulent contracts because they're under this duress and influence that if they don't do this, they won't be able to get it, being discriminated against, and there's laws against that. So yeah, like
yeah.
what's
I would
really,
say if I would say this actually was not to cut your wisdom, bro, to say for those of you, the 9 that are in the chat here, right? Why don't we reach out to Dr. G? Hey, can we see a Friday or 2 or 3 of 7HealStar conversing with you and Brother Taj? Because I'm pretty sure that there are some things that will be said by these brothers that will really take the conversation where it needs to go. I'm not trying to knock people's donations. I'm not trying to knock people's monetizations of their YouTubes. See, 7HealStar doesn't have a monetized YouTube, so we can say what we want without threat. Oh no, I don't want to lose all of my subscriptions, and we don't have that. So maybe we can make it easy on Dr. G and Brother Taj and open up our platform and have the discussion on Zoom, because StreamYard, you have to damn near have a gaming computer for StreamYard. Or have it, because I can take a computer and do an Ethernet hookup, and I still don't think that's good enough. I really don't. I don't think the Ethernet hookup is good enough. You know what I mean? You got to basically have a machine that's ready to go. We're here on Zoom, right? So I'm willing to open up my Zoom, open up our YouTube, and let's have this conversation about the how. It's not about, because I've seen brothers before, they'll be in disgust about, how come Brother Taj isn't doing this and doing it. That's not what I'm looking for. What I know what questions to ask, and I know what I'm going to say, and I'm gonna get right to the point. I ain't gonna go around it. I ain't gonna be kissing ass. Oh, it's so grateful and thankful. We are already grateful and thankful. I mean, come on. My thing is, can we move the conversation past the buzzwording? If I'm loud and wrong, guys, let me know. Let me know. Let's see. Brother Maurice Hall Bay says, no disrespect. There is a need for the how. He also says, loved ones kept asking the same questions over and over. Why the answer is, well, you got to study. When I watched that potter do pottery, I don't even think I stood there for longer than 15 minutes when I was 6 years old. My mother went and got the clay from Rite Aid, and I'm making her cups, plates, and bowls in under 24 hours after seeing someone demonstrate it at Artscape near the Baltimore Corporation. I didn't have to go to a pottery lecture every first and third Friday. I immediately demonstrated the example that I saw. I mean, can we get an example, please? That's all I'm asking. Or is Brother Hasan being mean, rude, disrespectful? I'm not honoring my elder. I'm open for correction, please. Oh, please, I'm open for correction. 10 years of my life. Well, he put in 40 years. And we're still talking. I get it. We got to get finances. We got to make sure people eat. I get it. It generates finance. Not knocking that. Please keep sending your donations wherever it's helpful. House of Reawakening Minds, 7HealStar, RV Bay Publications, for any Moorish platform that you can assist with your energy. I am not knocking that. Never had, right? Ever. Trust me, it's my promotion that blew up these platforms. Let's never forget that either. That is not an arrogant statement. My free promotion blew these platforms up. Anybody disagree? Please. You ain't even got to put a number in the chat. Just like, I disagree with that, Brother Hasan. It wasn't your promotion. It was. And one being, I think, who witnessed my promotion going hard like that is Mother Sahar. I could be wrong. I'm going to let her speak for herself. Brother Derek Blash Bay says, yes, it is time for the how. I will reach out. Mother Janelle says, right. I'm telling you, you remember it was a song on the radio you really wanted to hear? And you're like, why the DJ won't play this? Well, you gotta orchestrate a means for everybody to pick up the phone and call and request that song to the point where they're like, oh, man, I ain't get the payola for this, but I have to play this song because the people asking for it, despite the fact that I didn't get the payola for this. Your Lamonts and your Jamals have showed you how they can get detained. And these people have room to speak on a platform? Oh, Brother Hasan, you're jealous. Okay. I guess I'm jealous. I'm very jealous that I didn't have 7HealStar put on uniforms and fatigues, bulletproof vests, put pistols on their hips, and then claim that they're somebody. I'm going camping. I'm Consular General ad hoc. Because these people are taking advantage of you getting to know what you need to know. And since we actually go over this for real and invite people to it, freely give access to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, freely tell people, and Malika don't really want us to promote. So I'm not promoting it in the sense of, well, Malika wants me to promote lawful living. No, she even told me straight up, y'all don't really need nobody promoting, because at the end of the day, when people get the success from really doing what we going over, then boom, that's all the promotion that's necessary. People actually having the success. I comprehend that. I've been doing this for 10 years. I'm just at a point where it's like, I feel that I have graduated to a level of thinking where it's like, these books right here that I've been reading, I want to bring them more to fruition collectively because of what I'm reading, and especially this one, which we going over chapter 8 today, right here, the Quran. What? I brought you everything it takes to save a nation. Now take it and save yourself. And Prophet Noble Drew Ali was telling this to the Moors. He was holding up a copy of the Holy Quran, the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, Moorish Science Temple of America, and the 101 questionnaire for Moorish Americans to show the books that we need to save ourselves with. Why can't we? We get it. We can read the Anna von Reich's letter and the motu proprio by the Pope. I get it. But if someone's a Grand Sheik, isn't the Grand Sheik and chairman in place to make law and enforce law? And why do we because people have reached a certain age, we excuse the no demonstration? Come on, I guess I'm a hater. I guess I'm a hater. I'm disrespectful to my elders, and I'm a hater of the fall of the Moriscos that people call Rise of the Moors and your Consular General Lamont guys. Who both, and that's not the only ones, I'm not even with that Moorish American consulate stuff with the FBI agents that came in, your Richies, your Pauline Richies and your Mark Richies. But I'm wrong. I'm wrong for telling the truth. I'm wrong for not selling packages to you. 7HealStar, we should, Brother Sean, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for not asking you to be a pimp and getting pussies and purses, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm
I
not
probably
being
wouldn't have did it anyways. That ain't
I'm
even
not
my
being a good
character.
no, man. I'm not being a good Moorish brother, man. I should have had you detained with 10 other people on 95, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't tell you to suit up and put a bulletproof vest on and a pistol on your hip, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we didn't order titty metal to make ourselves feel special. But I'm the one that's wrong. Who want to finally fucking speak up, man? Why aren't people speaking up? Y'all know y'all feeling in your heart. Start asking these questions. And if you feel like people starting to gatekeep or they no longer taking your calls or they want to call you rude and disrespectful, that's why I said I'm ready to ask questions and then speak in an intelligent tone so that we may receive a favorable reply. I don't know why we're not having the conversations. Let's see. At the Mother Janelle says, right. Brother Derek Blash Bay says, I know I reach out to Dr. G and she sent me to you and been very grateful. Indeed. I got to admit, Dr. G will send people my way. I'm thinking we can improve our community if we start discussing more of the how instead of repeating the what and giving excuses to why I keep repeating the same things every lecture. No. No one learns by osmosis. There's a facilitating of the how. Like when we're at Lawful Living, again, which is not a Moorish platform, but I got to give it to Malika where at least she goes, how many of y'all read X, Y, and Z? And as if the one or two people that usually speak up or the handful of people that speak up out of over 2,000 members, we'll share what we share. We'll read what we'll read. We'll give our thoughts. I mean, I got to admit, Brother Sean B, I got to admit, Brother Sean B on some, man, I'm fixing this document. All right, man, now look at this document. I want to send you this document. I'm like, sheesh, great. Because a part of me is like, man, I'm tired of that, man. I keep doing it. I already know. I'm to the point where I can think of a document off the top of my head and handwrite it. So when usually, okay, Brother Sean, when we look at documents and edit, do I have to go and get my pen and pad first and tell you what to edit?
The top, like we do all our presentations.
Off the top of our head, impromptu, improving, right? And be solid. So again, I apologize to my brothers and I apologize to all of y'all out there. I'm sorry for not taking advantage of your wallet. Sorry to all the sisters that I didn't pimp. I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't sell you packages. Forgive me. Sorry for not saying black and being black more than being a Moor first. Sorry. Sorry for not wearing a baseball cap and excusing that it makes me be, the people accept me more. Let's stop that. Why are we not calling these things out? Oh, I don't want to seem rude and disrespectful. I don't want to lose the favor. No, that's not losing favor. How can we improve? Oh, no, Brother Hasan said something to get himself blackballed now. I guess I'll be blackballed now. Just here. First off, big up yourself. You're doing your part in providing, showing others ways to invest in self and humanity. Thank you. Gratitude, Just Here. Mm-hmm. Just Here also says, we have to study and demonstrate. That is correct. I'm not knocking that. I am not knocking that. However, whenever we discussed something, we made sure we showed you the evidence immediately behind what we say. Period. And the only reason I even started, quote unquote, putting an eleemosynary tuition behind anything that I teach is because people asked me to do so. Y'all know I've been teaching freely since 2015. I declared and proclaimed my nationality at the end of 2014 and received my documents back in the beginning of 2015 from rvbaypublications.com. All right. The first time I was on a platform, it was Dr. G's. She was with that Yusef L guy for high frequency radio. First one, August 15th, 2015. The second one was August 22nd, 2015 for high frequency radio. And I'm speaking about the astrology and how to demonstrate it. My first workshop was at House of Reawakening Minds, which was actually a workshop I had organized and set up for Mother Mariah V. Bey to do, but she declined my offer to teach and do a workshop. Didn't you guys just see us on Friday talk about how the Moors, I'm quoting CM Bey, the Moors of the U.S.A. are the only ones who can teach the science pertaining to the 12 signs of the zodiac? Y'all think I was just doing stuff because I want people to pay attention to me. I want to make finances. No, I was doing things and still am doing things out of my heart. However, at the same time, a servant's worthy of his hire. So it took me a lot to be like, all right, what can I ask for that is fair? You got people, you're a Consular General Lamont guy, right? You're near the Maryland State Republic. I'm near the Maryland State Republic. Why don't you reach out to me? You know what? I'll be the bigger Moor here. Let me reach out to you. And then I have to read how, in order to converse with the brother for an hour, I need to give him 300. 3 hours for a mirror AstroLiteracy session used to be 120. Then it was 153. Now it's 459, where we will give people a discount if they say reflect. That's the Pee Wee Playhouse secret word. Reflect. And you'll get 39% off, which is now $279.99, and it's still 3 hours. And I make sure you get the recording, which is not just the video, it's also an audio. And you can actually get more than just, you think you're just going to hear me talk and get a video. Okay. I always end up giving more than people think. And y'all going to see how this ties into chapter 8. Jesus reveals the people of their sinful ways. You'll see. Because we're just your brothers. Nobody else. That's all we are. Brother Sean, Brother Hasan. That's it. And don't let the fezzes intimidate you. Oh, the people are intimidated. Hey, babe, can you hand me a baseball cap that I don't own? And I'm not knocking the brother. I'm telling you, we need to start being real with ourselves. If we really want remedy, why don't we be the change we want to see? However, at the same time, again, I didn't go to a pottery lecture to know how to make pottery in under 24 hours. I saw something, it inspired me. I was like, shit, I got to do that too. That's it. Who's really demonstrating where these policy enforcers are really leaving you alone? I don't want to hear about, I was on the phone with some brother that called another brother and they told me what happened on the side of the road and the state trooper wasn't gone 5 minutes with the information, came back, threw the stuff in the wheel and ran off. Oh, the brother, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We good. Oh, and the brother, the state trooper just threw the documents in there and ran off and took off because they did some secret squirrel document. Do not detain. Come on, man. Look, if people really wanted the people to really be free, would you really keep having classes? Remember those lectures where Brother Taj would be like, that's not unlike someone saying they're going to invite you to a pool party, but in order for you to come, you got to bring a bucket of sand and a bucket of water. Bruh, these people, you got the answer. I don't know. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali was like, I'm going to present our authority. And in order for you to be yourself and enforce our authority, this is what, no, it was dues. It definitely was dues. But I think Prophet Noble Drew Ali's dues barely equal maybe 11 notes a year. But here goes some people. That was back in the 1920s when it was different with money. You don't have money. You're not even allowed to touch it. Do you remember what we just went over Friday about the dollar system? Which is proof you've never had money. You've never had money. To the point where you need to kind of leave it alone, get away from it, destroy that dollar system until you really comprehend the science pertaining to the 12 signs of the zodiac, which is the universal law of nature for peace and uplifting fallen humanity. Let's just keep it a buck. Mother Janelle Blashout says, I'm grateful for you and brother Sean Alimel. Indeed, Mother Janelle, gratitude. Just here says, we have to initiate the cycle/process and keep it moving forward. Erudition. Correct. That is correct. However, again, I watched a potter make pottery. And in under 24 hours, I was able to make a semblance of the same thing, even though I didn't have the exact equipment. It was impressive for a 6-year-old to do something that grown people who do it professionally does. So, hey, Jay in the chat.
John Alexander.
Dr. J in the chat. What's up, bro? He says peace and love, right? So that's all I'm saying, guys. Reach out to Dr. G, right? That's it. You're going to have to be like Black Eyed Peas and Macy Gray. Call up the request line. This is a request, Mr. Radio Man. That's how y'all going to have to be.
Or they got to be like, hey, man, I want to hear that Wu-Tang. He's like, why? Cuz. He's like, oh, yeah, again and again. If we got to give it to you that way. Hey, man, let me hear that. Woo, let me hear that 7HealStar. Let me seating with Dr. Taj and any other beings that are brought on the platform that are speaking. Like, we talk about unity, but why are we not linking up? Why is it still click up?
Man, it's like I said, I ain't trying to stop nobody's monetization. I ain't trying to stop nobody's YouTube monetization because, again, we don't know what that is, nor is that our goal. That's why you see we have almost 500 videos and barely 700 subscribers. That's fine. Does that stop us from teaching the truth and having a type of thinking that makes tons of people go, damn, I ain't never seen it that way before. How come it ain't explained that? Well, brother, you know what? Y'all actually make me see it in a light that is actually sensible. I don't feel like somebody is hypnotizing me. Okay. Brother Tyro says 7HealStar is one of the best energy and knowledge givers when it comes to platforms of Moors. Just my thoughts. Gratitude indeed, Brother Tyro. See, look, and it's funny. And I'm thankful for your kindness that all of you are saying in the chat, because that's not what we're going for. But for you guys to even say these things, it's so pure and sincere. And I am thankful and grateful. Very thankful and grateful. And I'm also saying is advocate. Y'all know her number. Text her, call her, email her, and request that 7HealStar and Brother Taj are on a Friday, not a Tuesday. That's kind of like a way of trying to push people away. And then ask, well, how come you guys let Lamont and all these other people do a Friday? Has 7HealStar not given enough payola? Oh, no disrespect. Okay, it's not about the finances. Then how come? Why? Is there a specific performance that 7HealStar has to do? Because you guys already know. We can have, I'm telling you, it might take 2 or 3 Fridays just to have a simple conversation. And just, I'm telling you, I already know what I'm going to say and ask. And me and Brother Sean already know what material we want to go over to show the alignment of things and how simple these things really are. To show that there needs to be a consistency facilitated. People weren't talking about doing anything pertaining to metaphysics until after hearing it in former lectures of C. Freeman L. and Brother Taj. And then 7HealStar made sure we had a way of making sure you guys can always get your hands on it by having access to Prophet Noble Drew Ali University for free. And it's still free. When we know there are Moors, particularly some a Moor near the Khalifa State Republic, who was pinching away and giving people access to certain documents, and some people was taking it and selling it. We give it to you for free. And it's worth, man, it's even free software in there, bro. Come on, man. Mother Sahar says indeed. Mother Janelle says indeed. And Mother Sahar says legitimate question. That's it. I'm telling you, I got some legitimate questions. And I'm also prepared to not, be buzzword as far as like pushed off the topic. You know what I'm saying? To try to get me to just see things the way that the elders keep saying. No. Let's stay here. And then let's ask, where's the demonstration? Current, not what you did in the 90s. Because if that's the case, it can be duplicated. Because if the principles are the same, then that's all we got to speak on, right? Islam and Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, Islam 7HealStar. Gratitude indeed, Martin. Gratitude indeed. It's Islam. Brother Sean, I want you to share your thoughts. Look, I'll be right back. Let me go handle this real quick. I should be back in like 30 seconds, bro. Share your thoughts.
Oh, yeah. I think it's just time for execution. There's been a lot of talk, a lot of discussions. We've seen a lot of things kind of happen, but like when it comes to the things that we are looking to have done and enforced, there's still like this blindfold or this cover or this thing happening, and like it's just really time to move forward, man. Like, people talk about unity and unity and all that, but like when it's time to link, there's not really like a strong bonding of unity, within us as a nation, a people, really first and foremost within ourselves. Like it's this popularity contest, it's this wanting to be cool and all these other things when it's like real deal work, real deal stuff happening every day. And there's no outside savior, because thinking the system that is enslaving you is going to save you is, really kind of insane to me. And the people know in their hearts, what's going on, or if they can't put their finger on it. And that's why we have the information and, make it simply to where a 5-year-old can get it, and it's just, I think it's time for those who are just now getting introduced to be on the basics, but for those who've been new the basics, I think now there's a next step, a next level, right? Because, we went over Clock of Destiny. The world knows who we are, and it's pointless to be involved and engage in distractions that aren't solving the problems. I see it all day, every day, and it's no hate or no shade, but it's not solving our political, social, economical problems. That is the deeming issue of why all these debates, arguments, and the arguments ain't even making things clear. It's only making it more cloudy. And it's like,
an argument means to make clear.
Clear. Yeah, and they're definitely not arguments, because nothing is being made clear. It's only stroking others' egos and personalities, especially if they feel inferior or they wanting to be superior or look some kind of way, to the people, I guess, for fame and nobility or to have this amount of finances. And it's like Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, it could be done by breakfast. So the sons and the mothers. Why is it's pointless debates, even when I've sat in a few TikTok lives and it's about single moms, single dads, people are arguing about dogma, thinking it's religion. It's all the same shit that's been going on and on and on. Is that shit like not old and tired? Are we not seeing that it's not doing anything, but it's keeping us comfortable in this state of being that's really not being? For what? For what purpose?
Let me add to your wisdom. Because I do see Martin, it says Martin Elliott, Taj, Hassan, Lamont, Mount Rushmore, Islam. That's a term of it. I get what you're saying there. That's kind. However, I think why a lot of these people, especially after I spent those 15 months of going to, maybe even 16 or 17 months of going to House of Reawakening Minds and the York House at Philly, of going to be there on the scene with Brother Taj, then you start seeing these post 2018 beings. They want to be consular generals and the fall of the Moriscos that y'all call Rise of the Moors, your Lamonts, your Jamals, and all these beings, right? Who avoided having any real conversation with me, honestly. However, Martin, did you have to spend 300 notes to speak to Lamont on Zoom? And then how many of y'all in the chat to just speak to me on the phone, just to get me on the phone? How many of you guys had to transact something? Brother Derek, Brother Tyro, Mother Sahar, Mother Janelle, anybody, Brother Maurice, to get in contact with me. What did it cost you to get in contact with me? I know what eleemosynary tuition you had to give for a mirror AstroLiteracy session, because that's what it is. And then I'm giving more in 3 hours than you expect, on top of things for you to walk away with on top of that. But how many people here, in order to get into an hour conversation with me, you had to give me anything, let alone 300 units? Anybody? And my question still stands. Martin, did you have to give 300 notes for an hour Zoom? If you spoke with Lamont? And if people are so sharp on their studies, right? What is, like I said, man, I've been abducted 3 times after knowledge, but these people, they barely held me for a day. And in one situation, 200 units was just being asked for some BS. However, when wanting to go to approach the situation, they misspelled my appellation. So they weren't even talking to me. Why misspell my appellation if you're so right? You misspelled it on purpose, because you knew, like, oh shit. And then we're also working on, through lawful living, of how you can actually, through these courts, get your finances back for so-called bail or anything else too. And I get it. We're not 12 USC 411 Federal Reserve agents, right? However, what we're talking about is the principle of someone wanting to extract energy from us, because they're vampires. So we can go about getting that energy back. And those are things that are discussed and practiced via lawful living. That I think the more people that are there putting their mindset on the jurisprudence exercises, then it'll be nothing for us to come together and do something, instead of being like, well, let me see you do it first. Did it work for you? Oh, you ain't do it first? Well, okay, well, I'm going to wait to see you do it then. You got to stop that. Brother Derek Blash Bay says, nothing, not a dime. Right. I didn't. Oh, hold on. First, just here says, remember, this is forbidden hidden knowledge. No, it's not. It's not forbidden or hidden knowledge. No, it's not. That's what them Prince Hall Masons want you to think. If it was forbidden and hidden, then we wouldn't be on YouTube how we are. We wouldn't be showing you these books. We wouldn't be reading these books. It's not forbidden or hidden. It is an open secret. It is secret to those who don't care, and it is open to those that do. That's what it is. Respectfully saying, just here. And everyone on the journey is doing her/his best. Mediocrity. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. I don't think everyone's really doing their best. Not really. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because if you went over some of these concepts with us, you're like, damn, I never thought of it. It makes so much sense. I can get right to it then. Why? Because we're like the potter showing you the demonstration. That's all I'm saying. And just here also says, this path requires a lot of confidence, courage, strength, etc. We're on the way. Okay, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. Indeed, I'll take that just here. Brother Derek says, nothing, not a dime. No, Didn't have to. I actually remember my first conversation with Brother Derek Blash Bay. And y'all can text me or call me anytime you want to, and it still don't cost you a dime. It really don't. Because I was also the type that anything that I got from lawful living, if I could give you access to it, I would. And still wasn't asking you for anything. Even though I was like, if you want your all access account yourself, then go make sure you give Malika that donation. Come on, man. Let's okay. Melissa Hart says, don't cost you nothing. Mm-hmm. Didn't cost anything. Martin Elliott says, that sucks that Lamont is charging like that. I'm not making stuff. I'm not trying to ruin people. I'm saying, can we have a real conversation now? I'm not knocking it. Let's still get donations for teaching if we're really teaching. Let's do our products and services if we're really doing that. Like, I have a Mirror AstroLiteracy session. Brother Sean does them too. It's just that when we talk about it, Brother Sean is the mental magician report. Can I do a mental magician report too? I can, but that's not how I'm pushing it. I want you guys to go to Brother Sean for the mental magician report, come to me for the Mirror AstroLiteracy session, but you have a choice of getting even one from anyone. Period. And it's more than worth it. Brother Maurice Hall Bay, he said nothing. Yeah, because I don't do that. That's not how I learned it. But you get these post 2018 Fall of the Moriscos, falsely called Rise of the Moors, and your consular generals for the Moorish consulants. But you know what? I'm sorry. I guess I'm a bitter hater, disrespectful son that don't respect my elders either. I don't respect my brothers and my mothers. I don't respect my elders, right? That's who I am because I'm asking legitimate questions. Again, don't stop supporting these people. We can help improve our community by asking real questions based on no. You know what? Just here, you're right about everyone is doing his or her best. I'll say, besides that, me looking at that as mediocrity, I will say that I have had 10 years to focus on this. I didn't have the mortgage, the rent, the so-called car note, none of that, because I had loved ones who saw what I was doing, knew what I was doing, ain't charged me no rent, nothing like that. So, you can call it what you want. But since I had that, I didn't focus on being a womanizer, a pimp, a package seller. I'm like, let me really study this because I really see what Prophet Noble Drew. I can sense it. I just want to be able to know it to the point where it's like, okay, this need to happen, this need to happen, this need to happen, that need to happen, this need to happen, this need to happen. Because in the oral statements and prophecies of Prophet Noble Drew Ali Al-Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali, it says it'll be 50 years before you recognize what I brought you, and it'll be 100 years before you'll be able to do anything about it. I'm paraphrasing. But look at where we are. We're at the 98-year mark. And you'll see once we read these letters and going on this stuff. Martin Elliott said, yeah, that sucks that Lamont is charging like that. Got you. Brother Maurice Hall Bay said nothing. Brother Tyrell said nothing. Straight to the source. And then if you weren't ready to get anything from us, from 7HealStar, a reading or a report, we still made sure you had access to Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, so you can at least have the stuff we're studying from. It's videos and software in there with books, and we normally don't even mention the videos and the software. Okay, we just some haters though, probably. Brother Maurice Hall Bay says, my energy, indeed. Brother Martin Elliott says, 7HealStar had a convo with me for free. Islam. I can't make this shit up, man. I can't make it up. And then just about every description we put up, if not, it's in every description for Prophet Noble Drew Ali University. You can click on it. As soon as I get the notification in the email, I give people access. I do say, if you want to donate, then donate to our Cash App. But it's non-obligatory. So that don't mean like, dang, I done got access to Prophet Noble Drew Ali University. Now I need to sit here and feel guilty. No, don't feel guilty. We saying if you can make a love gift, make a love gift. If you can't, you can't. But the door is open for you to do so if you do so without guilt and without feeling obligated. Mother Janelle Blashout says you was always available. Trust me, if you call me at night and I just happen to be resting and recharging, I wake up in the morning and check and I see I got a missed call, I'm like, oh shit. And y'all still got the, hey, y'all all right? Or hey, what's going on? Is it an emergency? Yeah, come on, man. Because that's how it was in 2014, 2015. So I'm going to still be the same. 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. Now it's 2024. I'm in my 10th year now. I'm not just, oh, it's 2018 and the Moorish American Consulate all of a sudden is. People miss that. I don't think people comprehend what Moorish American Consulate was really supposed to have been about. It was really about enforcing these people who claim their U.S.A. to only talk to us by them being in a consular position. Do we know what a consular officer is? Someone who is elected to handle the foreign affairs for commerce in another country that they're not from. This is Morocco. Anything that's so-called U.S.A. United States of America, the state of this, any state ofs are vendors. Like the state of Maryland is a vendor for Maryland State Republic. Do we comprehend that? The Commonwealth of Tennessee is a vendor for Tennessee Commonwealth. Just like how the Red Baron Pizza Man representative inside of Costco is a vendor inside of Costco. Do we comprehend this? I just want to make sure we comprehend what I'm saying. Mother Sahar says, I don't think everyone is doing their best either. Yeah,
probably to the best of their own understanding. But
yeah, that's why I said
we
need to have a real conversation, say certain concepts to make people start going, shit, I ain't never seen it that way. Hold up. Okay, now that makes sense. Because I'm telling you, the reason why there's levels of comprehension that take place because Islam happens in degrees. We get that. Also, though, we are assisting in relieving people from certain hypnotic shacklings in the mind that happen when you come across this information too. And I'm telling you, I'm in my 10th year. And I had to deal with being abducted past my 3rd. Why? Because I'm not putting myself in those kind of situations or predicaments, for one. And two, I am really studying, which means I don't have time to put myself in the way of bullshit. We're about to get to these. We're about to get to our Moorish American prayer and the 2 letters we read in every meeting and reading chapter 8, guys. I trust we're hearing what's being said here and listening with our hearts. Just here says, wow, open secret, touche, Islam. Right? And I want to make sure I'm always being the utmost loving and respectful to everyone here. I get it. I got a Scorpio moon. So it's really no middle ground for me. It's either hot or cold, you fuck with me or you don't. I get that. Just know that everything that's coming out of my mouth is really coming from a place pertaining to compassion, love, respect, honor, with Prophet Noble Drew Ali in the forefront of my mind, respecting those lessons I got from C. Freeman L., Brother Tariq Bey, which led me to go back to Emmanuel bin Bey Muali, who was just termed as bin Bey, and in reconstructed U.S.A. history as Benjamin Banneker. And then I can also see what he wrote, what Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought, and what C.M. Bey brought, and we can now put that all together and triangulate, but oh, okay, that's what this is. Now we get it. Now we see it. Now we can go. Now we can, what, Brother Sean, we can talk about 230-something, 240-something years of the past recorded in what, maybe 15, 20 minutes now?
Mm-hmm.
Mother Sahar says that 300 is just for the initial consultation. The follow-up is an additional charge.
Jeez.
Ugh. And this is your consular general. I can't believe it. I get it, man. I get it. I get it. It's an energy with, you know, the House of Reawakening Minds, and oh, it's this many people viewing it. It's 1,000 people at a time. It's like, I just want to be a part of it. Let me be in the comments and say something kind to everyone. When the people who is like, let's really analyze what's been presented. We can barely get 12 or 13 people at a time in here. I'm not upset about it. I'm saying, look at what's happening. Just look at what's happening. Brother Tyro, oh, it said message retracted. Okay. And Brother Derek Blash Bay says, a foreigner representing a foreigner in a foreign country. Correct. That is what a consular officer is. So is Lamont calling himself a foreigner representing a foreigner in a foreign country, when we just saw just in this Unfiltered Friday where Brother Todd said that the U.S.A. is a corporation feigning as a country. People think it's a country and it isn't. So what are we doing? How are you foreign when you're home? And then people are like, hip, hip, hooray, 3 cheers for our consular general. To do what? Lie to you? Really? I apologize for not putting on a bulletproof vest, titty metal, right? Called a badge. And then you look important. I'm a special officer Moorish guy. I didn't put a Glock 40 on my hip and then get pinned on a guardrail by 10 brown shirts. And then somebody in the background of the video, but here's the consulate general. I wasn't on 95 with 10 people talking about just hold the flag in the middle of 95. I didn't come from, see my picture of holding the door for George Bush. I'm important. I won't wear a fez because I actually have a Masonic oath of death. But you won't see me in a fez. But I'm Moorish American consulate with my sister. Are you serious? Man, it reminds me when Jay-Z was like, can't y'all see that he's fake? The rap version of TD Jakes prophesying on your CDs and tapes and won't break you a crumb off the little bit that he makes. And this is with whom you all place your faith. Like, that's just like, yo, like, why? I get it. I get it. As a people collectively, there's a desperation. As a people, we have been practicing being a dedicated people, looking for a savior. When the savior is within us. And all we need to do is really see that Jesus, metaphysically, as I said before, is the I am identity tied to our, which is really showing about our consciousness. It's dealing with our levels of consciousness tied to our endocrine system, which kind of got mentioned in that Unfiltered on Friday, which no one really repeatedly talks about that as much as 7HealStar. We have freely promoted RV Bay publications, freely promoted House of Reawakening Minds, and we freely promote lawful living. And I gotta give, like anytime Malika wants something done, she'll compensate. She'll ask me what I want to be compensated for it. There's honor there. I think one time Mother Roz did, send me some ink one time, and then when it messed up my printer, I think she sent 100 notes for me to get some ink. Dr. G she has allowed me to be on, I and my brothers to, be on the internet platform quite a few times. We were able to bring Malika twice. I did my first, workshop there, House of Reawakening Minds, but not without making sure I paid my dues. I made sure the house got taken care of financially. I paid for lunch from the people, even though Drop Squad Kitchen fucked my whole order up. That's why I will never do business with Abundance Child or Drop Squad Kitchen ever again in life. And I took the lesser and I gave away math supplies and things of that nature too. I gave things away at that lecture. And then the stuff that was left over, I gave to Mother Energy L out there near the Pittsburgh Corporation and donated it to her and her children. I gave her all the extra tools and stuff since she's doing, you know, she's doing the homeschooling. At that time when I had it, I gave all the other extra materials. So I'm not ungrateful and thankful. However, I think I've done enough promotion to make these people millionaires in a year or two. What do you think, Brother Sean? Am I being unrealistic before we get in here and go over Jesus reveals to the people of their sinful ways?
It's the promotion. It's the love. I mean, and it's just about things being reciprocated. I don't think it's about it's about the finance, but it's really about just the principle of reciprocating what's done. You know, not things being one sided, but that's just, you know what I'm saying, your heart of seeing the good and promoting it, whether they any backlash or not. You know what I'm saying, or not backlash, but any reciprocated energy of saying, hey,
Correct.
we can put something on here for the website for you, or we can shout you out here, or, you know, just something for that, you know, and
which we never did. We
yeah.
never required it of Mother Roz, Dr. G, or Malika. Why? Because I freely promote things that I go, yo, okay, I see what this is. I think the people at large will be able to benefit from it. They come with a proper mindset, or at least willing to learn and be open-minded. Period. And I do the type of free promotion that get the ball rolling on stuff to the point where other people start, you know, word of mouthing it. But things, those platforms blow up every time I put my mouth on it. Pause. Seriously, they blow up. Hey man, y'all need to check out boom, 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 boom. And people be like, oh no, let me see what this is. Oh, okay. Back to the chat. Martin Elliott says, we're foreign to the corporate jurisdiction, which is still not a country. All geographic lines equal corporate. The Consul General Lamont supports in those corporate commerce jurisdictions where he doesn't belong, because that means one has to be a federal agent to be there. And in order for these corporate jurisdictions to do what they do, they need to undo what Dwight D. Eisenhower did in 1955, where in 1956 you had a French protectorate at Northwest Alkebalan call itself the Kingdom of Morocco. So if through Dwight D. Eisenhower, the United States relinquished their jurisdiction here in Morocco, I'm sensing that some people don't know exactly what they think they have. And we're going to start with your leader, guys. We don't want to destroy them. We want to just ask questions pertaining to their comprehension and ask, well, if this says this, then why aren't you doing this? But remember, they're not talking to us. They're talking to people who's trying to get to the point where they know what we know, how we know. Think about it. Okay, so he said transactions. Martin says the word foreign has more to do with jurisdiction than geography. Jurisdiction, juris, means the right or law. Diction is like to speak, or the words to speak. So the right law, the words to speak is, this is the North Gate, we're home. So if you want to talk about political jurisdiction, the U.S.A. corporations that's been dissolved, and anybody still acting as if acting, right? Then they have public acts, so they're public actors, which are public trustees, right? Oh, you want to act like that? Okay, cool. Let's hold you to this. And then they don't want to be held to that. We have a problem. But that's how I think, because I have actually read these things. I'm not just parroting what I've heard and trying to do it through osmosis of listening to lectures, which is like a disease in our community, just listening to lectures and trying to parrot them. Indeed, Martin. Then he says the Treaty of Peace and Friendship is the de facto U.S. charter for commerce at Morocco. So how did they ever get jurisdiction over Moors? If that's your thinking. This is why I said then what needs to be undone is what Dwight D. Eisenhower did in 1955 and 1956, where the U.S.A. relinquished its jurisdiction here in Morocco. But yet you still being pulled out your land conveyances. You're still being kicked out of your homes. You're still having your children taken away from you. Because we're not being for real. Not as a community. We just want to amen, corner, and clap when a lecture happens every first and third Friday. Or Tuesday, there's somebody else. Ooh, well, look, it's this on Dr. G's presentation, so it must be legit. Is it really? Y'all shouldn't be worried about how you're going to pay your rent, your mortgage, the lights, the water. That's for business and business only. If you're not a business, what business is it for you to have a family, wash your ass, brush your teeth, cook food, practice making more babies? Well, that's not business. So why do you keep saying, well, they did this to us? Did they? Well, we got the birth certificate. Do you even know that the birth certificate's authority is under Title V, United States Code 301? The title of Title 25 is governmental organizations and employees. You can become a governmental organization and employee out your mother's womb. Well, see, our mothers didn't know, and so they put us on the birth certificate as an informant on an affidavit. Stop it. You sound incompetent. Because what I'm questioning is, I need the record to that then. Because that record needs to be destroyed, because that record was made without the consent of the jurisdiction of Morocco. Think about it. Second Congress, 59th Congress, second session, document number 326, Brother Sean. Right? Should I share it real fast before we go in on this? Should I share it real fast? All right. Some people call it the expatriation papers, right? From the Office of the Secretary of State, right? Okay. 1906, which is 50 years before your Kingdom of Morocco, right? I think we need to look at this, because I think we'll begin to not say certain things and begin questioning those that we're learning from. All right, let's see, man. I could be loud and wrong. I'm willing to be loud and wrong. Oh, I'm willing to be loud and wrong and be corrected. Oh, yes, I am. Here we go. Let's clickety click on this real quick. All right, what are we reading? 59th Congress, second session, House of Representatives, document number 326. Okay, so I did recall that from memory. Citizenship of the United States. Oh, okay. Expatriation and protection abroad. Letter from the Secretary of State submitting report on the subject of citizenship, expatriation, and protection abroad. December 20th, 1906. Referring to the Committee on Foreign Affairs. Referred to the Committee on Foreign Affairs in order to be printed. Washington, Government Printing Office, 1906. There are, strictly speaking, no Moroccan laws relating to Moor subjects in Morocco. And get this, American legation, Tangier. Tangier, I think, is what they probably might call Virginia. Now, the, that aluminum pan and saran wrap that is Virginia, who's trying to so-called protect, but it isn't. It's trying to occupy the lasagna. That's Tangier. Okay. Anyway, August 3rd, 1906. Again, this is 50 years before Dwight D. Eisenhower relinquishes his jurisdiction here in Morocco, which means there's no consular things going on. So again, someone enforcing consular anything is supposed to be able to make these people be what they need to be in respect to us, because they're our trustees. We're the beneficiaries, too busy trying to be co-trustee. But if I'm loud and wrong, type Dr. G. Hey, can you get Brother Hasan and Brother Sean, 7HealStar on a Friday platform? Friday. Got to do a Friday. With no fear. Have 7HealStar there on a Friday with no fear. And let's have these conversations. And when points are made, let's not cut people off with the that's not what I'm talking about. That's not no. We're going to talk about it bit by bit. But anyway, let's read this real quick before we go into our Moorish American prayer. The fundamental laws of this non-Christian country are based entirely upon the Islamic code, no part of which treats of the subject of citizenship. So citizenship is something within the corporation that is the United States of America, which means citizenship is another word for membership, which means you must be a part of that corporation. You must be a member of that corporation. You must be one who owes a debt to the United States, which means you're a federal agent, state or municipal or local city or county agent. Okay. There are, however, numerous treaties and conventions between the various Christian countries and the Moorish Empire. Various Christian countries and the Moorish Empire. Various Christian countries and the Moorish Empire, by means of which citizenship in this country is defined. But as I understand, again, remember the Secretary of State talking, from the above acknowledged instructions, that it is not the desire of the Department of State, right, to call for a report upon such lines pertaining to citizenship. And I will therefore confine these remarks to general conditions existing, which may possibly be of some use in connection with the information desired. Who's desiring such information? That sounds like some census type stuff. We need to document who's a citizen here. Number one, citizenship in Morocco may be said to be governed by the laws pertaining to the same in other countries, with the exception that all persons residing in Morocco who cannot prove foreign citizenship or protection are considered ipso jure as Moorish subjects. Here's number 2 and 3. Moorish subjects lost their nationality only by becoming naturalized. Only by becoming naturalized in or protected by another country having treaty relations with the Moorish Empire. You gotta watch how it says that, how that has to happen. When you see how that has to happen, because you'd be like, oh, well, it was because my mom was an informant on an affidavit. Okay, we'll see if that's how it happens, because that's not what it says here in 1906. It was established by the Convention of Madrid, concluded July 3rd, 1880, as follows. So we're about to read Article 15, these next 2 paragraphs, because they're a little smaller in font than the other fonts above and below it. So this is Article 15, these 2 paragraphs. Any subject of Morocco who has been naturalized in a foreign country, or who shall return to Morocco, shall, after having remained for a length of time equal to that which shall have been regularly necessary for him to obtain such a naturalization. This is what do they have to do now? They have to choose between entire submission to the laws of the empire, Moroccan Empire, and they have to choose between that and the obligation to quit Morocco. So either you riding with the empire, or you're going to quit and be continuing being a part of what you've been naturalized in. unless it shall be proved that his naturalization in a foreign country was obtained with the consent of the government of Morocco. How many people obtained the consent of the government of Morocco to be naturalized forcefully? Because, well, my mother, she was an informant on the affidavit. Don't you do that? Because I read and comprehend, because we're not just reading it on the surface and saying the words out of our mouth and then it's like, oh, we understand it. No, over and over and over again these past 10 years. Foreign naturalization heretofore acquired by subjects of Morocco according to the rules established by the laws of each country. So the rules are derived from the laws, right? How you got administrative code derived from statute. Okay, shall be continued to them as regards all its effects without any restriction. And again, that's Article 15 of the Convention of Madrid, concluded July 3rd, 1880. Jesus Christ, they went 26 years before in a document that's in 1906 to 1980. There's 26 years. They talking about Morocco then. I thought we didn't have a Morocco till 1956. No, that's a French protectorate termed Kingdom of Morocco at Northwest Alkebalan after Dwight D. Eisenhower had said that the United States relinquishes its jurisdiction at Morocco, which means we have no more business here. That sounds like something a consular general would say. Who's the foreigner now? Who's the baller now, Wordy? Anyway, the above ruling has never, oh, Jesus, Bruce Lee Christ. The above ruling has never yet been acted upon. And should this at any time be contemplated seriously, a large number of naturalized people, American and others residing in Morocco, would be affected thereby. Y'all want to tell me about some consular general now? Y'all want to tell me about some consular general now? I'm pretty sure more people are comprehending this document the way I'm reading it, with the comprehension that I have. But again, I'm open for correction. I really am. 4 and 5. Residence in foreign parts does not, so residence, man, if y'all saw what resident is, or a resident, that means to be struck in the head. To dwell, to be a resident, that means somebody bopped you in your head and you just like, I'm in a daze in this place. That's what residence actually is. So to be knocked in your head, dazed in foreign parts, does not affect the nationality of Moor subjects. Well, they say we're in the United. How can they say anything when it doesn't have the consent of the Moroccan government? And then when you seriously contemplate what I'm talking about right now, it would affect tons of people, not just you. We're not having this conversation. It's hard to amen corner when somebody is really talking like this, ain't it? It's real hard to amen corner this. Oh, brother, we so thankful and grateful for you, like they do on that platform over there. I'm not saying y'all doing anything wrong here either. I'm pointing out what we're not doing. We're not analyzing these things for ourselves, to comprehend it for ourselves. The only reason I can read it how I'm reading it now, because I would spend time just, there are strictly. I would probably spend hours on just the first sentence, so I can make sure I'm comprehending this. Residents, or being struck in the head and stuck in a stupor, dwelling in foreign parts, does not affect the nationality of Moorish subjects, and the Moorish government has no means of protecting its subjects permanently, residing in other countries, with the exception of the so-called Moorish consul at Gibraltar and a Moorish agent at Cairo, Egypt, which means, do you see? If a Moorish consul is at Gibraltar, then that must means that he's doing foreign commerce affairs somewhere that's not Morocco. Oh, hold on. A Moorish agent near Cairo, Egypt? Okay, then obviously they're doing consular affairs on behalf of Morocco, someplace that's not Morocco. But you want to tell me about your Lamonts and your Jamals? Are you serious? I'm loud and wrong, though. All day, it went down to 11 people. Where you other 3 go? Where y'all go, man? Where you go? Now we're down to 11. It was 14. Where y'all go, man? I am, etc. Hoffman Phillip. This is 2 pages. What? Do you see that? 2 of 2 in the top right hand corner. 2, 1, 2. I can't go that way no more. I can't go that way no more. 1, 2 pages. And you want to tell me about your consular general doing what? 300 for an hour to talk to what? And we doing what freely on YouTube? Over almost 500 videos? What? Can't y'all see that he's fake? The rap version of TD Jakes prophesying on your CDs and tapes and won't break you a crumb off the little bit that he makes. And this is with whom you all place your faith. Come on, man. Y'all, come on. Let's stop it. I'm not advocating for Jay-Z here. That line is just apropos. It's an apropos line. It just is. Those lines are apropos for now. They fit. Maurice Hall Bay says, haven't led me astray. Gratitude, brother. Brother Tyro says, I keep quiet a lot, but I be putting in that work. But being here at 7HealStar and Lawful Living definitely embraced me, especially at times I think I failed to stand on my square. Man, that just gave me goosebumps. And I'm warm. That got my hair standing on my arms, bro. Jesus Christ. Now that's real, bro. That's real. Martin Elliott says consular relations correlate with foreign. Right. When you home, it's the foreigner is the U.S. citizen. The one who owes a debt to the United States. Because remember, your Constitution says, we the people of the United States. In order to do what? What are we doing? In order to form a more perfect union. Oh shit, there's a union that's happening. I didn't know it. It needs to be perfected. Okay. What are we doing? Well, number 1, we want to establish justice. Number 2, ensure domestic tranquility. Number 3, we want to provide for the common defense. Number 4, we want to promote the general welfare. And number 5, we would like to secure the blessings of liberty. Secure the blessings pertaining to liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Posterity means those that come after us. We sit there practicing making babies, and then they're born, and then they have babies, and then those babies have babies. That's posterity. Mm-hmm. Your descendants, your heirs. Do ordain, which means we set in order and establish, so we have and set to stand. This constitution, this withstanding condition, con, with, stit, stand, ocean, condition, or state of. So this withstanding state or this withstanding condition, we do ordain and establish this constitution for who? For these trustees that owe a debt to us, we the people of the United States. No, that's not how we think about it. Again, I'm open for correction. Jesus Christ, I'm open for. How can I say I'm not even reading that document and I'm saying it off the top? You know what? I must got things on the wall that no, I don't. I actually read and been reading for 10 years. Hey, who here out of 11 people still here? Did this cost you $300 to have an hour with us? But he's the consular general. Stop it. You start asking these elders for real. What are we doing this year? Martin Elliott says that wasn't constitutional. That was state code, Title 22. Right. General and permanent character, right? Which the titles come from the statutes at large, which they derive their authority from the Constitution. So what they're trying to do is implement things that were written in the Constitution by codifying it as statutes at large, which are known as the United States Codes, which from that is derived from the United States Codes is the Codes of Federal Regulations, your CFRs.
Remix.
Brother Sean, why am I saying this stuff off the top of my head like this? Aren't we further providing people who don't have their platforms or their shit together to now we're giving them an opportunity to just mimic what we're saying as if they've always known that, but they didn't? What'd you say, bro?
I said like they already not doing, but might not fully comprehend, but trying to portray or be or something.
Because they don't know. Martin Ellie said in 1956, gratitude indeed, Martin. Appreciate the correction. Mother Sahara says 100, 5 times. Just here says, practice making more babies. Yeah, that's fine. I was just saying, you know, it's what it is, right? Mother Sahara says 7HealStar speaking the truth, exclamation point. Gratitude indeed, beloved mother. Islam. Martin Elliott says Article 6, right? Supremacy clause, right? Of the Constitution. Correct. Brother Derek Blash Bay says, my brothers, I text Dr. G a half hour ago and asked the question, waiting for a response.
Shit out to you, bro.
Yeah, indeed. Because I sent the text too on Friday and I think maybe yesterday morning. 3 texts in a row, which means the next thing I got to do is call and trust she doesn't take that because it seems like sometimes Dr. G is easily offended by things like I'm saying here. And that's not my intention. I'm saying, like, do we have room to improve our platforms? Can we now really discuss things? Because I remember lectures when Brother Taj be like, don't tell me about the dark side of the moon and Nibiru if you can't solve your own social and economic issues. That's what I'm talking about. But sometimes I be seeing like people want to talk about this is how I'm detoxing and doing these things. Like, how do you solve your social and economic issues? Oh, you're still not on the 12 signs of the zodiac yet? You're still not on the universal law of nature as shown through the 12 signs of the zodiac, so that we can be able to have peace and uplift fallen humanity? You're not there yet? Oh, you're over there on numerology. Got you. Oh, you're over there on, I detoxify with these herbs and I'm an herbalist. I'm the sister who will paint dots on her face and wear a turban a certain way. Yeah, that makes me super phenomenal woman. Hear me roar. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna get more painful. It's gonna get more painful the more we don't read this stuff. Brother Tyro is laughing. Brother Tyro did this emoji, bro. And then he's laughing like, come on, man. I'm just saying. But again, I'm just venting, right? Because I'm bitter and jealous, right? Right? I already know that's what people want to say. People are going to try to turn me into like a Cat Williams of the Moorish movement. That's all it is. They want, oh, see, he's got problems because he messed up his business and his reputation in Hollywood instead of Hollywood. Hollywood. Stop it. I didn't mess up anything. I just studied for real. All right. While we still have 11 beings here. All right, Brother Sean. Let's do this, right? let's go into our invocation in. I'm doing the Moorish American prayer. I'm doing our invocation in. All right, turn the Moorish American prayer. All right. And Brother Sean will do the first letter to be read in every meeting. I'll do the second letter to be read in every meeting. And then we are going to read chapter 8. Jesus tells the people of their sinful ways. All right. And then Brother Sean will do the invocation out. So we're going to get through this quickly. There's only 24 minutes or 24 verses in chapter 8. So let's enjoy this. Let's have some fun. Thank you to the 11 of you that are still sticking around. You are appreciated. All right. So, guys, I want you to extend all 5 appendages on the left hand, just the index and middle on the right. We're going to stand on a 45-degree angle like you see Prophet Noble Drew Ali standing with his feet on a 45 as he's standing there handsomely, due-guard in his Moor Sharif's fez and above. And we're going to face east. We're going to physically face east, which is metaphysically representative pertaining to going within, because east is within, all right? And that is me referring to the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary by Charles Fillmore, all right? So let me zoom in here. And you guys can repeat after me either aloud or in your hearts. Islam.
Islam.
Islam. Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth.
Truth.
Peace.
Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide.
My guide.
And my salvation.
And my salvation.
By night.
By night.
And by day.
And by day.
Through his holy prophet.
Through his holy prophet.
Noble Drew Ali.
Noble Drew Ali.
Ameen. All righty, let's get to the first letter to be read in every meeting. We're here still in the Moorish Holy Temple of Science Administrative Functions, and I yield the floor to our beloved brother in whom we well pleased, Brother Sean Ali Mel. Islam.
Islam. The following is a letter written by Prophet Noble Drew Ali on the 18th day of January, 1928, Anno Domini. He commanded that it be read before every meeting. It's from Administrative Functions, Moor Science Temple of America, Home Office, 3603 Indiana Avenue, Noble Drew Ali, founder, Chicago, Illinois, January 18th, 1929. To be proclaimed in every meeting. Dear brother, Islam, I am glad to know that I have few faithful Moors among you all, and I desire for them to know the truth and the divine truth. There's a host of jealousy, quote unquote, about me and the movement. Now, by the same people of our side of the nation that claim it was only a joke and unreal. But now, since they have found out from the government officials and the nations of the earth that this is the only sole foundation and all Asiatics must depend upon for their earthly salvation as an American citizen, they are working every scheme that they can to disqualify me so they themselves may take charge of the situation. I have notified all these things to you long ago in the past. It is through the faithful Moors that contribute to the movement in uplifting funds. The ones that pay their divine respect to me and the movement will be remembered. That is why I'm calling upon all faithful Moors to increase their faithfulness to me, your prophet, and your divine Moorish movement. I need finance and I need it bad. Never before have I needed finance as badly as I do at present, that I may shove aside the discord that is facing the nation. It all comes through jealousy because of my fame and nobility, quote unquote. The nations of the world will not recognize the movement without me, the prophet, being the head. It has been proven by my work, in which I have performed in the last few months, because I was at the governor's inauguration to represent the Moorish divine and national movement. And I will be at the inauguration of President Hoover for the same cause. Noble Drew Ali.
Islam. Now we're going to the Moorish literature excerpts from the Moorish Guide newspaper. Again, handsomely standing due guard in his Moorish Sharif's fez and abaz, Prophet Noble Drew Ali on page 12. And on page 13, divine warning by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Prophet warns all Muslim governors ordered to read proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical agitating speeches while at work in their homes or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings toward the temple or the prophet or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the laws laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet, Noble Drew Ali, and if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways by order of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Let's get right to page, pardon me, what page is it? PDF page 17 out of 67, chapter 8. And in normal fashion, as we do what we do, Brother Sean will do the reading and I will be doing my, yeah, I'm serious member type of ad-libbing with what he reads there, right? So funny, man. I noticed that. I'm going to point that out too. I noticed how when we speak as if people think it's controversy, the numbers be like 12 to 14 people. Now that we're getting into what Prophet Noble Drew Ali prescribed, now it's down to 9. It's like, I noticed that always happens. When we start going in on Prophet Noble Drew Ali's literature, there's a dwindling that takes place. What are you here for in the first place? If you're, that's what you're going to, I'm just saying. All right, anywho, I could be wrong. People could have gotten a phone call or something, or they had to do something else. Maybe they're working. Now they're not on their break anymore. I'm just saying. It's a pattern, though. It's definitely a pattern. We yield the floor to our beloved brother, and whom well pleased, Brother Sean Ali Mel Islam.
All right, here we go. Chapter 8. Jesus reveals to the people of their sinful ways. In all the cities of Orissa, Jesus taught. At the Katak, by the riverside, he taught, and thousands of the people followed him. One day, a car of Jagannath was hauled along by scores of frenzied men, and Jesus said, "Behold, a form without a spirit passes by, a body with no soul, a temple with no altar fires."
Sheesh. Just an empty car of Jagannath. But anyway, and it's funny, when you look up Orissa, Jesus, and Katak, Jagannath, Krishna, when you see what these are, again, it will further reveal metaphysical denotations to you. All right. I yield, bro.
This car of Krishna is an empty thing, for Krishna is not here.
No. How did you get here? Oh, go ahead. I yield, bro.
Your idol God is not here.
The idol God is not here. Go ahead, bro. I yield.
This car is but an idol of a people drunk on wine of carnal things.
Jesus, Bruce Lee Christ. I yield.
Allah lives not in the noise of tongues. There is no way to him from any idol shrine.
Look at that. Islam. Gotta go within. Go ahead, I yield.
Allah's meeting place with man is in the heart, and in a still small voice he speaks, and he who hears is still.
Look at that. Look at that. I mean, that's why we got to have certain conversations and ask certain questions to help further facilitate people being confident, right? Isn't that what Just Here was talking about? Confident. Got to be confident of going inside and meeting all balanced law pertaining to the zodiac in ye heart. Because to me, according to my studies thus far, Allah is all balanced law pertaining to the zodiac. Period. I'm not getting into dogma belief bullshit. I don't have time for it. I'm dealing with the universal laws of nature as shown in the 12 signs of the zodiac. Period. That's always my reference. I yield.
And all the people said, "Teach us to know the Holy One who speaks within the heart. Allah of the still small voice."
Teach us. Oh, hold on. So we don't need to have a conversation about these people being confident in how to do that because now they want to be taught how to do it. That means they need concept correction instead of repetitious things to aim in corner on. It's not a forbidden knowledge. Just people who probably have obligations and they have to keep their obligation on the penalties of death because they're actually Masons and Eastern Stars. They might have to call it that, but not us who have free-flowing tassels. Woo-wee, look at that tassel go. All right. So anyway, just wanted to show it's not pinned down at 33 degrees. 720 here and, 360 here and 360 here. 360 plus 360 is 720. All right, I yield.
Islam. And Jesus said, the holy breath cannot be seen with mortal eyes, nor can men see the spirits of the Holy One.
Look at that. The holy breath cannot be seen with mortal eyes, nor can minds see the breaths pertaining to the whole one. The whole one. Okay, I yield, bro. Islam.
But in their image, man was made. And he who looks into the face of man looks at the image of the Allah who speaks within.
Islam. Going within, right? That's east. Look at that. I yield.
And when man honors man, he honors Allah. And what man does for man, he does for Allah. And you must bear in mind that when man harms in thoughts or word or deeds another man, he does a wrong to Allah.
Islam. This is why we need to have real conversations. I yield, bro. Islam.
If you would serve the Allah who speaks within the hearts, of who man is your image, I'm going to just throw that in there. Just serve your near of kin.
Just serve who?
Just serve your near of kin.
Hold on, who?
Your near of kin.
Wow. So that's like demonstrating how to do it. Okay, that's just all righty. I yield, bro. Islam.
All right, let's take it to the top. If you would serve the Allah who speaks within your heart, who's the image of man that you look at, just serve your near of kin, and those that are no kin, the stranger at your gates, the foe who seeks to do you harm.
Wow. Oof. Wow. That's rich. I yield, bro.
Assist the poor and help the weak. Do harm to none and covet not what is not yours.
Look at that. Looky, Astro Cookie. Assist the poor and help the weak. If the comprehension is poor and weak, sounds like we need to have some concept correction to better and strengthen comprehension so that people can serve their near of kin. Huh? Am I making too much sense? I yield.
Then with your tongue the Holy One will speak, and he will smile behind your tears. Will light your countenance with joy and fill your hearts with peace.
Islam. That was Jesus being quoted. See the end quote right there? Go ahead, I yield. And then the people asked,
to whom shall we bring gifts? Where shall we offer sacrifice?
Whoa. How much does it cost? That's what that is. How much is it? What's the price? Go ahead, I yield.
All right, and Jesus said, our Father Allah asks not for needless waste of plants, of grain, of dove, of lamb.
In other words, you don't need to sacrifice your food. You don't have to sacrifice your garden, your food from your garden, or any animal's life. See why we're doing the countdown? Because you guys should think of some things we already spoke about. What was that chapter? What was it? 10 maybe we went in on that, bro? But go ahead, I yield.
That which you burn on any shrine, you throw away. No blessings can attend the one who takes the food from hungry mouths to be destroyed by fire.
Exactly. That, in other words, that's being, what's the word? Stupid. That's what Jesus is saying. That's what the I am identity within all of us is saying. That is ridiculous. I yield.
Hey, when you would offer sacrifice unto Allah, just take your gift of grain or meat and lay it on the table of the poor.
Jesus, Bruce Lee Christ. It could all be so simple. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you rather make it hard. Okay, I yield.
Right. From it, an incense will arise to heaven, which will return to you with blessedness. Tear down your idols.
Please
They
do.
can hear you not. Turn all your sacrificial altars into fuel for the flames.
Oh, yo, that's just hilarious. I'm trying to tell you. When you, I just be thinking like Jesus in the hood talking to people that's like, taking their tambourines and their fans with the popsicle stick on the end and the big hats and dresses and their neckties and suits. If I just look at it like that, they just I shows wants to make shows that I was doing it correct and bringing the gifts and offerings, my tithes and offerings. Offerings like no, silly believer. No. That's it's not intelligent. I yield.
Here we go. Make human hearts your altars, remember, where the small still voice speaks of the reflection of the
Mm-hmm.
man that you are, and burn
Mm-hmm.
your sacrifices with a fire of love.
Indeed, brother Sean, that was an excellent point made on that one. I yield, bro. Islam.
And all the people were entranced and would have worshiped Jesus as a guy. Hey, don't nobody talk about my country accent because I just said that to myself. Like, dang, I just really sounded country.
Oh, it's
Um,
all good. It's all good, man. Do
uh,
you?
but Jesus said, "Here we go. I am your brother, man.
Hold on. I am your
Just
what?
come. I'm your brother, man.
I am
I'm
your
your
what?
brother. I'm your brother, man."
Swoosh. You gotta call
Instead
him
of I'm
Grand
your
Sheik.
pusher.
Oh my gosh, he's the national Grand Sheikiness of all. It ain't gotta be all that. The highest title the one to have is brother or son. And for our mothers, it's mother or sister. That's it. All that other stuff is just speaking about how we can use our minds to make law, enforce law for the greater good of ourselves and our near of kin, right? I say, I yield.
I am your brother, man. Just come to show the way to Allah. You shall not worship man. Praise Allah, the Holy One.
Praise all balanced law pertaining to the zodiac. That's the Holy One. Man, don't let
Man,
this stuff
another
go
good
over your head.
chapter.
What'd you say, bro?
I said another beautiful chapter, like
Go ahead, bro. How are you?
go back to the last page. I wanna
Which
because I think it
page?
was like just the previous one that we used at the beginning. It was like once again, just the 10, right? When in their image man was made. So we are all made in the image of, and when he looks to the face of man, he looks at the image of Allah who speaks within. So whether you want to say creator, Almighty God, or whatever fits your thinking, that aren't we all images made in that, and we all look at each other, and then when we honor each other, we are honoring Allah or God, Creator, the image that we were made of, and we are doing it for each other. And last week was just offer your life in sacrificial service. Mm,
That's why
that's
I'm
really it.
saying,
People are
man.
very hateful to each other, for real.
That's why I said when we doing the countdown, like the Quran not only makes sense going from left to right, but when you go from right to left, it's like, sheesh. Yo, like, hold up. let me go back. He just said that in this chapter that really comes after it by number. But if you read it in a countdown fashion, what somebody call backwards, you actually get to another perspective like, yo, hold up. Okay, I see how. And all we got to do is get to the point where we can move on this. And the only way we can move on it is if we really correct our concepts and then know who to write to make things happen. If they are not, if the U.S.A. is dissolved, then it sounds like what we're actually dealing with is war energies and occupational energies. That's what it sounds like. However, we need to get the experience and see what's being demonstrated with that knowledge. I know me and Brother Sean are ready to get more of our experiences, on. I know I am. Let me speak for myself. I definitely am.
Man, me
We just
too. Yeah,
recently
I've
did
definitely been getting
some
them.
calls. What'd you say?
I said, oh yeah, I'm too. Calls, notices, but once again, I said earlier, just for that next level.
Mm-hmm. Islam.
Right? For those that want to be silent, I think their silence is acquiesce, there's going to be a price to pay for that.
Islam.
Or for those who are knowingly and know the knowledge and was given notice of knowledge, but chose to, maybe you need to go to somebody else.
Word.
So,
well,
yeah.
Questions, comments, and/or suggestions going once. Make sure you schedule your Mirror Astro Literacy session with Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey. Thank you to those that have made sure they took advantage of the 39%. That 39% off ended yesterday at 9:59 Eastern. However, you can always get the 39% discount if you just use the promo code REFLECT. I don't care if you text me, email me like, bro, I want to get my mirror session done or my astrology session, however you're going to say it. And I would like to use the promo code REFLECT for my 39% discount. Cool. All right. And it's $279.99 for those 3 hours. So it's 39% off of $459, which is $279.99. And of course, I'm going to make sure you have more than what you need. Or at least more than what you think you need. I'm actually making sure you have everything that will really keep you busy for a couple of years. You see what it is that I give you and you comprehend it over time. Because I get it. That's what it's going to take, right? However, I trust that I am consistent in assisting you and facilitating your comprehension at a much higher rate. Make sure you also, because the mirror session, there's an and to that. And reach out to Brother Sean for the Mental Magician report. It's a very important report. He goes in on your Mercury placement to a point where you'll recognize, like, holy crap, I know about my sun, moon, and ascendant, but now that I'm focusing on my Mercury, it's making even more sense that really, your Mercury is what's guiding you through life, honestly. And that's what Brother Sean is going to, put a report together on, and then you can get the details about, if there's any time for Zoom or is more than a report. Brother Sean will go in on those details. Just reach out to him. All righty. On
and bring
Instagram,
a friend for Tupac, that too.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too. You know what?
Oh, is it over or are we going to extend it?
We can extend it. You guys can be a part of the universally professional astrology community, TUPAC, right? That's what we refer to as Tupac. All right, the universally professional astrology community. And we'll extend it to you bring a friend, because it is $250 for a lifetime, which, man, I'm telling you, we are the only ones who actually qualified to go over the science of the 12 signs of the zodiac and teach it. You bring a friend, and me and your friend are only going to have to give $125 a piece for a lifetime membership. And when you get access to the things that we've already done, like I think we got 18, we've met 19 times, but the first one I didn't record because I was like, man, we're not recording it. We just doing X, Y, and Z. But yes, you give 125 a piece, right, and join for a lifetime, and you will see the discussions that we can have and we'll always have pertaining to this astrology, because this is all pertaining to bettering and solving our social and economic problems. Period. Solving our social and economic problems. All right. So, questions, comments, and or suggestions going twiz eyes. Brother Sean, you got anything you want to say?
No, it's another great one. Another great one.
Yeah,
Share us out, continue to share us out, and all these beings that you see talking this and that, let them know where to come to 7HealStar if they're already secretly not doing it. And let them know what's up, man. And yeah, it's that time, and shout out to y'all for showing up, taking yourself serious, having the courage to stand up and do what's right rather than just being a butt buddy of falsehood, standing up for truth. So, shout out to y'all. Because ignorance is bliss, and people rather be ignorant of things. And it's just even that. I think that is even dissolving too, because ignorance of the law is no excuse. So shout out to y'all.
Right. It's where I and Brother Sean say be yourselves and
donate. Show some love.
No more questions, comments, and no suggestions going thrice. We're going to do our invocation out. Brother Sean is going to lead us on our invocation out. You guys can extend all 5 appendages on the left hand, the index and middle on the right. Feet on a 45-degree angle as we face east. This is east for me, right? And you can repeat after Brother Sean, either aloud or in your heart. Islam.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
The Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth.
Peace.
Freedom. And justice. Allah is my protector. My guide. And my salvation. By night. And by day. Through his holy prophet. Noble Drew Ali. Amen.
Guys, remember, go and reach out to Dr. G and those at House of Reawakening Minds and request to see, about 2 or 3 Fridays, right? Start out with 1 Friday, I guess, of seeing 7HealStar. Have a conversation with Brother Taj, and we're speaking on to do, how to do more of the what that's been spoken about for, we're at about 100 years now, but especially within the last 40 years. All righty. How to do more of the what that's only being talked about. All right. So send your request out.
And all the other favorite big podcasts that I heard lying to the people, keeping the people in a dogmatic state and lying. Them too, because they need correction too. So that too, yeah.
Yeah, start requesting that 7HealStar be on all these other podcasts that you guys, look at. Say, hey man, why don't y'all, can y'all have 7HealStar on there? And even if like, oh hell no, but I'm trying to tell you, me, I was the type that, and still am, I will keep reaching out to you. I don't take no for an answer. I'm like Steve Urkel and their Laura. I'm wearing you down. I'm trying to tell you. That's how I am. All right. Guys, when you go to get your victuals, make sure you eat when you're eating and enjoy yourself. Most of all, make sure it's healthy. I trust you all enjoyed your Ekadashi. That was from 7:56 a.m. Central, as Brother Sean said for him, 8:56 Eastern for the East Coast, right? And that was 24 hours exactly up to this morning, right? Trust everyone enjoyed their Ekadashi, and see if you did observe your Ekadashi TT fast, that you are seeing the benefits within, if not now, at least within the next 24 to 72 hours, if not 48 hours, pertaining to that or other things to come in your favor, right? By observing the Ekadashi TT. And that was the Shukla Paksha?
Shukla.
No. That was okay. So it's increasing in light before the full moon. And then after the full moon, there'll be a Krishna Paksha Ekadashi Titi, and we'll let you guys know when that is also, right? Brother Sean be on it, you know what I mean? And that also helps me to remember at times too, even though I got the calculator actually saved, the calendar actually saved as a tab on my iPad. So with that being said, guys, also when you go to rest and recharge, make sure you rest and recharge well. We love you all. On behalf of 7HealStar, I'm Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey, Brother Sean Alim L. On behalf of Brother Corey Bey, Brother Terrell Tamari Bey, and Brother Ara Bey, we say to ye all, we love you. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, 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 y'all. Peace and love. Peace.